Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful proved once again that no secret, no kiss, and certainly no text message is ever as harmless as it seems in Los Angeles. The Forresters, Logans, and Spencers were buzzing with new twists, and by the end of the half hour, hearts were beating fast, jaws were on the floor, and viewers were left gasping at what might happen next. Let's dive into the chaos that unfolded. Luna plays with fire. The episode opened in a surprisingly lighthearted tone. Luna, wide-eyed and fresh off her morning coffee, sat perched in the Forrester design office with her phone in hand. Though she should have been sketching new designs or organizing fabric swatches for RJ, her mind was elsewhere, almost Spencer. Yes, Will. The youngest Spencer son, home from boarding school and looking a lot more grown up than anyone remembered. Ridge had joked recently that they'll better keep an eye on that boy, he's got Spencer charm to burn. Turns out Ridge wasn't wrong. But rather than march right up to Will and admit her crush, Luna did what so many 20-somethings in the modern dating era do. She played coy, sneaky, and just a little bit dangerous. She typed out a message, hesitated, erased it, typed again, and finally hit send. Thinking of you today, winky face. Your secret admirer. Luna giggled nervously and tossed her phone aside as though it had burned her fingers. She told herself it was innocent fun, just a little flirtation to make Will smile. But as soap history has taught us, there is no such thing as harmless fun on B&B. RJ walks in. Just as Luna was basking in the thrill of her secret text, RJ walked into the office. He immediately noticed her guilty expression and raised an eyebrow. "Luna, what are you up to?" he teased, slipping an arm around her shoulders. Luna stammered, insisting it was just work stuff, but her phone buzzed again, betraying her. RJ glanced at it, and Luna nearly leapt out of her chair to snatch it away. RJ laughed but didn't press, though his curiosity was piqued. Viewers could see the storm clouds forming already. If RJ discovers she's secretly texting Will, the fallout could hit the Forresters and Spencers like a ton of couture bricks. Bill and Katie debate Will's future. Meanwhile, at Spencer Publications, Bill was in full proud father mode. Katie sat across from him, sipping coffee, while Bill bragged endlessly about Will's brilliance. "He's sharp, Katie. Sharp as a tack. The boy's going places, maybe even running this company one day," Bill boasted, his chest practically puffing out of his suit jacket. Katie smiled indulgently but raised a valid concern. "He's still young, Bill. I don't want him caught up in the family drama or corporate wars before he even finishes college. He deserves to live a little, don't you think?" Little did they know, Will was already diving headfirst into drama, thanks to Luna's mysterious texts. Hope caught between the past and the present. While the Spencer parents argued about their son's future, Hope Logan found herself wrestling with her own past, present, and potentially her future as well. In the cabin, Hope scrolled through her photo gallery, stopping at pictures of her and Thomas, her and Liam, even one of her and Douglas. Each snapshot carried weight, pulling her in different emotional directions. Brooke stopped by for a quick chat, offering motherly advice laced with not-so-subtle warnings. "Sweetheart, you have to be careful with Liam," Brooke urged. "He's always been torn between you and Steffi. Don't let him play with your heart again." Hope sighed, clearly conflicted. "I know, Mom. But when I'm around him, it's like nothing else matters." Liam makes his move. Later in the episode, Liam showed up at the cabin, his eyes full of longing. He spoke softly at first, telling Hope how much he admired her strength and her beauty. He reminded her of their history, the family they built, and how he still couldn't imagine a life without her. Hope tried to resist. She reminded him of the heartbreak, the broken promises, the tug-of-war with Steffi. But Liam pressed on, his words dripping with sincerity, or at least, what sounded like sincerity. "Hope, I love you. I always have and I always will," Liam whispered. And then, in true soap fashion, he leaned in and kissed her. It wasn't a casual kiss either. It was one of those slow-burn, can't-breathe, passion-filled kisses that instantly sent fans to social media in a frenzy. Hope's eyes fluttered closed, and for a brief moment, she kissed him back. But when she pulled away, her expression told the real story. Confusion, conflict, and maybe even regret. The ripple effect. The kiss wasn't the end of the episode. It was just the beginning of the next explosion. Because if Hope gives in to Liam, where does that leave Thomas? Thomas, who had worked so hard to prove himself. Thomas, who had stepped aside with Grace, claiming he wanted Hope to be happy, even if it wasn't with him. But will he stay graceful if he finds out Liam has wormed his way back into Hope's arms? And what about Steffi? She's barely holding her own marriage to Finn together after the Sheila fiasco. If Liam suddenly decides he wants Hope full-time, it could pull Steffi right back into the orbit of temptation. One kiss could trigger a domino effect that topples nearly every relationship in Los Angeles. Back to Luna's dangerous game. The final moments of Tuesday's episode circled back to Luna. Sitting alone in her apartment, she checked her phone again. Another reply from Will lit up her screen. "I think I know who you are, winky face. Wanna meet tomorrow?" Luna gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. She hadn't planned for him to guess, let alone ask to meet. Her pulse raced. Should she admit the truth? Keep the game going? Or, heaven forbid, let RJ find out before she's ready? The camera zoomed in on Luna's face as she stared at the message, clearly caught in a trap of her own making. The suspense was thick enough to slice with a pair of Forrester scissors. Final thoughts. Tuesday's episode was a masterclass in setting the stage for explosive drama. On one side, Luna is dabbling in secrets that could blow up her relationship with RJ. On the other, Liam and Hope's rekindled chemistry threatens to undo years of hard-fought progress for multiple families. By the end, fans were left wondering, will Luna confess her secret admirer stunt before RJ finds out? Is Hope truly ready to give Liam another chance, or was the kiss a mistake? And how long before Thomas, Steffi, and even Bill himself get pulled into this latest whirlwind? One thing is certain, love and loyalty never stay simple on The Bold and the Beautiful.